Hey you guys, today I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me Q&A sort of situation. I had planned to vlog the entire move over and a little apartment tour, but so many things went wrong. The week of packing, I started vlogging, and then the actual day of like packing, leaving, and flying off, I didn't get any sleep because I did not ask for any help, and I should have. I should have asked my family and my parents for help, but I didn't. And I basically got like 2 hours of sleep. We missed our flight, and it was really, really bad. I had like a complete mental breakdown. And then we came here, and the furniture is now gone in most of the rooms, but there's still some furniture in the living room and things from the old tenants that the superintendent was letting us keep until our moving van gets here. And so it just like hasn't really been working out how exactly I thought it would, which is totally fine. But so instead of doing all of that, because the only footage I have is of me slowly losing my mind and none of it really makes any sense, I'm just going to do a little Q&A, get ready with me. It is 3:45 in the afternoon, but that is not the point. That is not the point. The point is not that the sun's gonna set in a little bit. No, it's that I wanted to do this. So also disclaimer, I don't have mascara or eyeliner. I don't know where it went. So we're just gonna start. We're gonna start with some face cream. We got that beautiful Neutrogena Hydra Boost water gel with hyaluronic acid. Honestly, this stuff slaps. I have both the face cream and the eye cream. I honestly don't know if the eye cream does anything, but they feel really nice. The face cream definitely does stuff. Like, the face cream saves my soul, and in case anybody's wondering, this is not acne. I don't really have a problem with acne. Like, I have zits all over my face, but I don't have like an acne problem. A mosquito bit me, and since it bit me, I've had a lot of little zits on top of it, and so it's just kind of festering and doing whatever it wants to do. So that's what that is. But on other news, hello, welcome from New York. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little va-va-voom on our eyes and some eyebrows and call it a day probably, because I'm just gonna be using this to edit this video to then upload this video. So let's start. So the first question I had, oh, and the only reason I know what these answers or these questions are is because I did this a little bit earlier, and then I was like, this isn't it, so I'm re-recording it. So the first question I was asked was if we moved to just the city of New York or like Manhattan, and we are in Manhattan. We are in the Upper West Side, and it's pretty cool. I mean, we are on a 2-week quarantine, so I haven't gone outside yet. I literally have no idea what my block really looks like. Like, I've seen it a little bit, but I haven't really explored it. One plus is there is a fantastic pizza shop right down the corner that delivers so quickly, since we've been living off of Amazon groceries and takeout, you know, so that's been pretty festive. But yes, we live in Manhattan, Upper West Side. We vibing. Okay, the other questions I don't remember, so let me grab my phone. The next one is, did we have jobs lined up before we went out here? No, we're complete idiots. And so let me give, that's being a bit rough. Let me tell you guys why we moved out here so abruptly, because if a lot of you guys know, we were like, we're gonna go out to New York to see if we like it. And then we came back and we're like, we're moving out to New York now. And then 2 weeks later, we're here. And the reason that happened so abruptly was just the timing of everything. So if you didn't know, I'm pregnant. I am going to be having a baby in March. And so that, number one, is obviously like the main key point that we have to deal with, is the fact of, we knew we wanted to move to New York, but was it moving to New York before or after the baby? And for me, it just made sense to move here before the baby, because this way I could figure out all my healthcare stuff. I could have a doctor, the same doctor could be seeing my baby. I didn't really want, I don't think I would want to move across the country with a few month-old baby. And on top of that, if all of this sucks, like if we're here for the next year and I absolutely hate it and I'm like, we are going back home, or we're at least leaving New York, I would rather leave with a 6-month baby and be aware of like where I am, like comfortably, like how confident I am as being a mom and like comfortable with a baby. Whereas if I was living with my parents, which was the goal if we came out later, of being like, oh, I can definitely do this on my own, but then I get here and I realize like how much I depended on my mom. I didn't want that to happen. And so I would literally rather like completely just utterly fail out here on my own and then need to go home than think I'm okay and come out here and then realize I'm not okay. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but that is my peace of mind. Also, because of the coronavirus, there is cheaper rent, and there's cheaper rent for 3 and 4 bedroom apartments, which is what we were looking at, because those are the ones that are rented out to college students. And since college students don't need to be near campus to go to school because they're online, a lot of those apartments are empty, and so the rent is cheaper because they just need people to fill it. So we were able to get an apartment for cheaper because there was less demand for it. Also, on the topic of less demand, the winter season is the off season for renting in New York. So that alone gives usual like lower renting. So we have lower rent because of COVID, lower rent because of winter. It times up pretty well with my baby. That's why we moved out here so quickly. And so we didn't line up jobs because, one, we didn't know exactly where we were going to live, and we didn't want to like say we're going to get a job in the financial district and then live all the way up here and have to do that commute every day, which like if that happens, that happens. But we'd rather try to find something a bit closer to us. And also 2 weeks is not a very long time to try to find a job. So we're still looking. We're gonna figure that out. We're really, we're gonna be okay. I don't know how else to put it. Like we'll be fine. But no, we did not have jobs set up. Take that how you would. Putting some glitter. Sorry, maybe I should be telling you guys what I'm putting on my eyes. I used e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I used the Havana by Camila Cabello L'Oreal color thing. I don't remember where I got that, and now I'm using NYC like sparkly eye dust. I literally brought like no makeup with me. I don't know why this is something I decided to bring, but it was. The next question was one of my friends asking, can I come? Well, sweetie, since we're here and you're still on the West Coast, I don't know if that's gonna work, but if you wanna come visit, feel free. We just bought a futon, so anybody that wants to come visit us, they can. We are totally open to it. Just let me know, because we do have a few people that are already planning on coming out. But that is your invitation to any of my friends. If you guys want to come out, hit me up. Let me know. Probably would recommend before March, because after March I'll have a baby and it's probably gonna suck being here. So you probably wouldn't want to voluntarily be here at that point. Okay, I don't have eyeliner and I don't really have any dark shadows. Guess we'll just use my brow stuff. The main thing that we were asked, like overall, is why we decided to move to New York. And this one is kind of like those little Russian dolls that have like, there's another doll inside of it and it just keeps, like it's a big doll and then just keeps going smaller and smaller. The overarching reason is because we wanted to. And I know that sounds really dumb, but me and Jesse, we have been together for 3 years and we've been married for 2. And in that time, a lot of things have happened. Jesse's mom passed away when we started taking care of his brother. Now we're pregnant. And these are all things that obviously like We didn't want his mom to pass away, and taking care of his brother is a lot, but there are things that we wouldn't change just because, you know, they've made our family the way it is. But it's kind of impacted me and Jesse in the fact that we haven't been able to make a lot of choices for ourselves because we wanted to. And then that might sound like dumb or selfish to someone, but when you are 20 years old and you are now taking care of somebody who's older than you and needs your help, you age a bit, at least in stress. And there's a lot of things that we did not expect to get to experience. And when we came to New York on our trip, we really felt that we could both do what we needed to take care of Anthony and also experience what we wanted to. And that does not mean going out. Me and Jesse are not party people. That is not, like, we're having a baby this young, one, because it happened, but also because, like, that's kind of just who we are. Like, we're homebodies. Like, we want to have kids younger. That was just kind of the plan. And oh, I'm so blind. I gotta scoot closer to you guys so I can see the viewfinder. But because of that, there's a lot of things that we can't do just because we want to. And the fact that we wanted to come to New York and we could make it work made us want to. Some supporting reasons for why we came out here, knowing, like, not thinking it was the worst idea ever, is if we're going to talk about his brother that we take care of, his brother can get better help in New York. We are from the West Coast, where they have, like, the worst health coverage, and it is really hard to help people with disabilities, especially someone like his brother who is on the high functioning scale, even though that's a whole nother conversation of how high functioning he actually is. But the state that we lived in, we took him through the whole process, and they basically said that he was smart enough to take care of himself and all of these things that I don't necessarily agree with. And I mean, he can do a lot, but the state just didn't have resources that we needed, and New York has much better resources. We have been able to get him on Medicare out here. Like, literally, we've been here for 4 days and I've been able to get him full coverage Medicare, and he'll be able to go start seeing doctors and getting things figured out that we could have never gotten done in the West Coast, because that's just not an important thing out there. And on the same thing, like, I have better health insurance out here. Jesse has better health insurance out here. Like, it's like, health insurance wise, East Coast is much better for that. But on top of that, like, there's just so much that the East Coast can do that the West Coast can't, because it's hot in the West Coast and everything is far away, and Anthony needs to be able to walk to go maybe get a job. Maybe if he wants to get a job, or if he wants to go to school, if we're figuring these things out, he needs to have public transportation. He needs to be somewhere where he can easily access things, but also where I could find him if he were to get lost. Like, it just, in the terms of Anthony, New York makes a lot more sense for that. And also, there's, like, other reasons, but at the end of the day, I know a lot of people ask us very respectfully and very, like, genuinely wanting to know why. But at the end of the day, the reason we came out here is because we wanted to, and we have the ability to, and we know that we wouldn't have that ability once our baby is born. And so we took that opportunity. And I know that that's an answer that kind of angers some people, especially people in my family, people that are older and wiser or whatnot. But the reality is that this is our life. This is what we wanted to do with it. And this is what makes me and Jesse feel comfortable with how we plan on spending our future. And maybe that's a little aggressive. It is a bit aggressive, but that was the main question we've been asked. And a lot of it also just has to do with, I don't know, it's not all so passive aggressive, but it's a lot of, we came out here because we wanted to, and a lot of family decisions were made behind closed doors that we felt were the best. And I could give you thousands and thousands of reasons why, but at the end of the day, it's what we felt was best for our family, and that's kind of all that matters. Okay guys, so that's it. I don't have that much makeup, and I only had those 3 questions that I really wanted to answer. I had more questions, but they all kind of fell underneath the same categories, and I think those were the basic 3. Where we moved, why did we move, and were we prepared to move out here? You know, no. But here we are, and If you guys have any other questions about our move, or if there's other like New York related content that you want to see, please comment it down below. I would love to chat with you guys about your ideas. And I do plan on doing a video breaking down our rent. I will be doing an apartment tour. I will be talking more about where we live, why we chose to live where we are, and all those different things in the future. I really hope you guys liked today's video. Have a good one.